Thank you, Bhante. I'm going to share a little experience. This is my third time coming here for the meditation retreat under Bhante. And last year when I was here, I was going through a very difficult time. And that time, Bhante guided us Anapanasati meditation. And from the very disturbed mind and able to learn Anapanasati and practicing it here, it brought me calmness. I'm so grateful for that. This time, right, it is about Karuna. And I was thinking back, reflecting back on when I was having the challenging times, right? So now this time, it is easier to relate, to see the compassion that when one needs it, especially during challenging times. From here, it can help me to continue with trust when practicing Anapanasati. It helps me to calm down even further. And throughout listening, like when some people would think that there's a question about something about being selfish and emotional buffer, I would look at it in a form of self-care. Self-care got to come first, and having compassion for the self first is utmost important. And it's even more relatable for people who are caretakers, especially if one have an elderly parent. A caretaker needs to take care of someone who is elderly, who is maybe going through health challenges. Their compassion can be how do I put it? Compassion can be compounded. It can be relatable. And also another point, very important, when we finish, our practice, and we do the chanting, and we rejoice in our practice, and when we dedicate or we share, and when we think of our departed relatives, I help myself to make it relatable by being with rejoicing as in from a being to another being. Means I neutralize it and try to be in a moment of rejoice. Another way I would see rejoice as gratefulness. Sadhu Bhante. Sadhu.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Interesting areas to look at navigate our compassion, right? Especially when you have someone in house to take care, you know that it's not that easy to bring that person here and there and all that, right? All these are very important. Anybody else who would like to share what you learned? You can raise your hand. Yes, please.
Good evening, Bhante, and good evening, brother and sister. Today I learned the compassion, the karuna. I think I would like to put it into practice. because all this while I've been shy to how to say, radiate the karuna to family member who are sick, and whereby my the other half of sibling, they are some Christian, they are very proud. When anybody's sick, they will quickly go and make a prayer and very loud praise their Lord, all those things. And we are Buddhists, we are hide behind and always radiate at home only. We don't do in front of the patient. Even our heart is with them, but we don't show it. Whereby the Christian, they make it like very, how to say, they pray very loudly and freely, and we always hide behind them and shy to do our prayer. They always be first and we are behind, and we quietly do our prayer at home only. So I think from now on, we also should go in front and do the karuna to the patient, instead of always hiding and do it at home. Thank you, Bhante.
Buddhists never should hide, and Buddhism cannot be practiced behind the scene. Right? The Buddha said in one of the suttas, sun shines when it is in function, right? And Buddha's Dhamma is also shining when it is properly taught and practiced. So you can't be what do you call? There's a word for this. Closet Buddhist. Closet Buddhist. Yeah? Yeah, closet Buddhist. You can't do that. You have to come out of the closet. Closet is only for the clothing, you know. I mean, that is an old theory, out of dated stereotype, 60s, 70s, 50s theory. Now we have to come out of the closets, but not to show off that I know and I do it. I just do it my own way. Okay, we will take one more sharing if anybody wants to share. Anyone else? In the back? Oh, yes.
Good idea. Since no one sharing, so let me share.
Maybe they were letting you spoil.
Okay, so just now when I asked the question about the metta and the karuna, and I'm very joyful that Bhante has cleared that doubt in me. Because in my experience recently, I have a very good friend who was diagnosed with a nerve degeneration disease, which he himself knows that he's going to die in 2 years' time. And the worst part of this disease is that he will not be able to move until the end of his life, but his mind will be very clear. So there was a lot of suffering on my part when I see him, because he's a good friend. And a lot of us didn't dare to approach him and send him greetings. So they was like, no, I don't want to tell him, I don't want to say how is he and all that, because that would make him very sad. So I was like, how can I extend my, a care to him, to say that I'm thinking of him, you know, I'm really wishing him well in mind, and maybe he's have more patience. How to say that in a way where a person already know they are dying? You cannot say, oh, may you be well and happy, because he is not well. I don't think he's happy. So when I learn about this karuna, I understand what is it compassion is about now. So there is a clear difference between this compassion and sending metta to friends. So I'm very grateful for this lesson. So in this retreat, I actually pick up a few points. One of it is the pain is inevitable, and suffering is an option. So that was a very important highlight for me. The third one is the buffer zone. So it's like when practicing compassion, not to overextend. So that was also a very enlightening point for me. And the other one is the Brahma Vihara, the attitude comes with wisdom. So that is also important. These are the few points that I pick up today. Thank you so much, Bhante.
Thank you. Okay. All right, I think as we are approaching the time, we are now, thank you everyone, Anumodana to everyone for making time, and I think it's for your own sake. Kindness has to, normally we know charity begins at home, then why not kindness? It must have come out of the home long time ago, not today, not the last 10 years. So this kindness, compassion should have been started within us by giving us the attitude to deal with our own negativities, things that we could not overcome, right? We have lots of things. So that's what we've been doing today. Compassion is a healing journey as well, and then interpersonal and social. So now we are moving on to the chanting part before I'm going to end the 8th precept today. So for the chanting, we are going to chant, depending on the time, Metta Sutta. I think this is not something new to you.